Good morning, kids! I am Teacher Lance and I'll be your teacher for today and for the rest of the semester. Today, we are just going to do skill advancement activity. These are the lessons that we have already taken or discussed. And now, we are going to evaluate how much we learned about the following topics, okay? So let's begin. Alright, first of all, open your book to page 38 and then we're going to do our first activity, which is looking at the numbers and writing them in words, okay? So here we have the following numbers which are written in numerals. So what you're going to do is to write them in words. The first number is 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 5 ones. 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 5 ones. So how are we going to write them in words? Okay, I will give you the answer. Here we are going to write 245. 2 is TWO, 100 HUNDRED, 45 FORTY-FIVE. So that is what we're going to do for number 1. Okay, so for number 2, we have 500s and 8 tens. So how are we going to write them in words? First of all, we're going to find out first what number is it. Okay, we have 500s and 8 tens. So we can write them as 580. And how do we spell 580? It is going to be like this. 500. Of course, we're going to write 5 first. It is FIVE, 100, HUNDRED, and then 80, EIGHTY. Okay? So let's go and answer more. Number 3, 900s. So here we only have one place value that has a digit, which is the place value hundreds. So here, it means 900s will be 900. Okay, so how do we write 900? It will be NINEHUNDRED. So that is how we write 900. Okay? Did you get it, kids? So I hope you were able to answer the numbers 1 to 3. So now we're going to jump to the next activity, which is we are going to circle the number with the greatest digit value. So here the place value that we are going to look at are already provided. Okay, so what we're going to decide is which is the greatest digit on that place value. So let's go. Number 1, we have 45, 96, and 123. We are going to encircle the number with the highest digit in that place value. In this case, for number 1, we're going to look at the value of the digit in the ones place. Okay, so which number has the highest digit or the highest value? Okay, 45, 96, or 123, we are going to the ones place. So we are going to circle 96, okay? Did you get it, kids? Okay, so let's go to the next example or next given. So for the number 2, we are going to look at the value of the digit in the tens place again. Okay, so we have here the following numbers: 58, 195, and 403. Okay, so let's look at the tens place. We have the 58, which has the digit 5, 195 has the digit 9, and 403 has the digit 0. So here we have the values 50, 90, and 0. So which is the biggest among the 3 values? Good job! The number which has the biggest value is 195 because it will be 90 in the tens place. Okay? So here for the number 3, we are going to look at the digits in the hundreds place. And we have the following numbers: 381, 491, and 162. So which among the following numbers has the biggest value in the place hundreds? Okay, it will be 491 because 381 will be 300, 491 will be 400, and 162 will have 100 in the place of hundreds. Okay? So that's it for that section. Now we are going to have another section which we are going to write the numbers in expanded form. Okay? The given will be numerals and then we're going to make it expanded form. Okay? So this is how we do it. For example, in number 1, we have the given numbers 128. So how are we going to write them in expanded form? Of course, we are going to look first at the digits in each place value. Here we have the 1 in hundreds, 2 in tens, and 8 in ones. So what we're going to do? We're going to write them in expanded form. So it will be 100 plus 20 plus 8. Okay? 100 plus 20 plus 8 is equal to 128. So for the number 2, we have 245. So how are we going to write it in expanded form? The same thing as what we just did in number 1. So it will be 200 plus 40 plus 5. Okay? So for the number 3, we have 690 and it will be 600 plus 90 because we have 0 digit in the place value of ones. So we can just leave that place or that value 0. So for the number 4, we have 807. So we only have 2 places with the given digits. So it will be 800 plus 7. Okay, we can eliminate the 0 because it has no value. Okay, so that's it for that section. We are going to have another section. In this activity, we are going to answer each question. Okay, select the number from the figure below. I want you to open your book to page 39. You can see this there. Okay, so let's go to number 1, which is the greatest number that has the digit 2 in the tens place. Which is the greatest number that has the digit 2 in the tens place? Okay, is it 23, 21, 625, 220, 525, or 26? So Teacher Lance already gave all the numbers that has the digit 2 in the place value of tens so that you can choose which is the greatest number among all of them. So what do you think is the biggest of them? Good job! The answer is 625 because it has the highest value. Okay, so let's go to the next one. For the number 2, which is the smallest number that has the digit 3 in the hundreds place? Okay, for this example or for this category, we only have 2 numbers which are 351 and 340. Okay, here we're going to compare which is smaller between them. Okay, so we have 351 and 340. Which is the smaller among them? Of course, the correct answer is 340. So encircle 340. For the number 3, which number is between the greatest and the smallest numbers that have the digit 4 in the hundreds place? Okay, so here we're going to look at the following numbers with the digit 4 in the hundreds place. And then we're going to find out which is the number between the biggest and the smallest. And since we only have 3 numbers here, it will be easier to see which is between the 2 numbers. Okay, so what is the answer? We have the smallest number 463 and the biggest number 481. So the number between them will be 470. Okay, so write 470 on your book. For the number 4, which is the greatest number? We have the following choices: 625, 682, and 650. Okay, so which is the biggest number among all of them? Okay, the correct answer is 682. If you can see all the numbers, 682 will be the biggest of them. For the number 5, which numbers are between 600 and 700? Here we are going to look at the numbers and then we're going to find out which are in between 600 and 700. Okay? So it will be from 601 to 699. So which among the numbers are included in that category? We have here the choices: 625, 481, 650, 770, and 682. Here, Teacher Lance will look at the 3 numbers, okay? So which are between 600 and 700? The first one is 625, okay? The second one is 650. And the third one will be 682. Those are the numbers that are between 600 and 700. Okay, good job. So for the next section, we are going to arrange the numbers from the leaves onto the Stegosaurus in ascending order from left to right. So here we have one of the ways how to arrange the numbers, which is the ascending order. So when you say ascending order, what is it? Okay, so what we're going to do is to start from the smallest and then up to the biggest number. So I want you to open your book to page 40, okay? So here are the numbers that we have: 169, 236, 561, 872, 619, 124, 708, 469, and 375. So here are the following numbers that we are going to arrange onto the Stegosaurus. Okay, so here is the Stegosaurus. Okay, and here are the numbers. I arranged it up here so that it will be easier to be seen. Okay, so here, which is the smallest number? So let's look at the number and find out which is the smallest. Okay, so I think the smallest number is 124. So let's put 124 into the leftmost part of the Stegosaurus. So let's go. Okay, so we wrote it already, 124. So now let's go again and look at the numbers. Which is the smallest? Which is the next smallest number? What is the answer? Okay, the answer is 169. So we're going to write 169 here. Okay, so we have 7 remaining numbers. So let's find out which is the smallest among all of them. Okay, so what do you think is the smallest number? Okay, I think it will be 236. Okay, so we're going to write 236 on the third part or on the third layer of the Stegosaurus. So now we only have 6 numbers and let's compare them all. Okay, which is the smallest? I think it will be 375. And then which is the remaining smallest number? Okay, it will be 469 and then 561 and then 619 and then 708 and lastly 872. Okay, so that is what we are going to do, kids. We're going to write each number from the leaves to the Stegosaurus, okay? Okay, for the next section of our skill advancement activity, we are going to count the figures and then we are going to write the number and state whether the number is even or odd. So here are the objects, okay? It can be seen in your book at page 40. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, these are the hearts. Let's count the hearts. Number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 hearts. So we are going to write 10. Okay, and then we are going to decide if it is even or odd. So what do you think? Is 10 an even number or an odd number? Very good. 10 is an even number. So we're going to write even on the column of our table. Okay, so let's go to number 2. We have cotton buds. Okay, let's count the cotton buds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. There are 15 cotton buds. So we're going to write 15 as the number, and then we're going to decide if it is even or odd. In finding out if a number is an even or an odd, we are going to divide them into 2, and if there's a remainder, that is an odd number. And if there's no remainder, that is an even number. Okay, so let's divide 15 into 2. So 15 divided by 2 will be 7, but there's a remainder of 1. Okay, so this means that 15 is an odd number. Okay, very good, kids. So for the number 3, we have the stars. So let's count the stars first. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. There are 18 stars, so we're going to write on our book the number 18. And then we're going to decide what is this number. Is it even or odd? So let's divide 18 into 2. When we divide 18 into 2, it will be 9. Okay? And there's no remainder. Therefore, 18 is an even number. So let's write even on our book. Okay? Alright, so that is the last part of that section. So now we are going to the last part of our skill advancement activity. Okay, here we are going to count up and down. Okay, we're going to count up and down. This is also found in page 40 of your mathematics book. Here in the number 1, we are going to rearrange the numbers to form a number pattern with a counting up by 5's relationship. When we say counting up, kids, we will begin from the smallest number and then we will end up to the biggest number. Okay, so here are the following numbers. We have 292, 307, 297, 312, and 302. So I will copy these numbers, okay, and put it on the next slide. Okay, here they are. So here we are going to look at the smallest number. So which is the smallest number? Okay, this is the smallest number, 292. So we are going to write down 292 and cross it out from the list. Okay, so now we have the remaining numbers, 307, 297, 312, and 302. So which is the smallest number among them? Very good. It is 297. That is the smallest among all of them. Now we only have 3 numbers. So what do you think is the smallest among them? Very good. It is 302. Okay, so we write down 302. So next is 307 and 312. Which is the smaller number? Very good. 307 is smaller, so we're going to write it down. And since we only have 1 number left, we're just going to write it at the last part. Okay? So that is all for number 1. So for the number 2, we're going to write the next 4 numbers of the number pattern with a counting down by 100's relationship. Okay, so here we have counting down, which means that we are going to subtract 100 into the first number. Okay, so let's go. We have 461, so we will subtract 100 from it, and it will be 361. Okay? 461 minus 100 will be 361. And then 361 minus 100 will be 261. And then 261 minus 100 will be 161. And then 161 minus 100 will be 61. Okay, so that is all for the skill advancement activity. I hope that you were able to understand, and I hope that you were able to review your lessons. Okay? So we do our skill advancement activity in order to evaluate what we have studied and also to explore more about what we have learned. Okay? So that is all for today. Thank you and God bless. Happy learning. Bye-bye.